Hello, 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 and good afternoon, Kuwait. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Yi Wei, and I'm the Chief Product Officer at talabat. And it's my true pleasure to be here. My first time in Kuwait, and it's been a really exciting 24 hours already. So today I want to talk about a topic that's really close to my heart. And I've titled it, Building Products Customers Love. Because at the end of the day, we're here, we're talking about fintech, we're talking about AI, we're talking about all sorts of different kinds of technology. But at the heart of it, why do we do what we do as a tech company? We do it to solve real customer problems and to move our industry forward. So that's where we're going to start. And one feeling that I have walking into this room, walking into Kuwait, being here for the first time, is that it's such a great feeling to be home. As many of you already know, talabat has deep Kuwaiti roots. 19, 20 years ago, the origins of talabat, the story of talabat began right here. And over the last 20 years, talabat has become this regional superpower of being able to solve all sorts of problems from consumer experiences to restaurant experiences to rider experiences through the technology that we have. It's just really, really nice to be back where talabat first started to begin with. So I want to talk a little bit about what it means to be a technology company, a tech company that is talabat. So we have about 500 people in product and engineering across a bunch of different tech hubs. And the reason for why we exist is that we want to be in the center of this triangle. The center of triangle where we're here to provide great hyper-local solutions for restaurants, for grocery providers, to improve the experiences for consumers so that they can experience food delivery and grocery delivery in a very different way. And most importantly, to the tens of thousands of riders that power our industry, we want to make life much, much better for them. And we've been doing that for the last 20 years, and we look forward to continuing to do that for the next 20 years, whether it's through fintech or through AI or all sorts of new technologies. At the end of the day, if it doesn't serve this purpose of making the lives of our ecosystem better, it's really not worth doing. So today, that's where I want to start. I want to start about if that's our ethos and that's why we exist and that's why technology exists for talabat, what are we doing about it? And it's been really exciting to see how, as Khalid mentioned, as Badr mentioned, we've started to deliver and ship tools like Buy Now, Pay Later in the UAE. And I remember the moment for when we actually decided to build that. When we build product, we don't just build it out of a whim, out of an insight. We build it when we talk to actual customers who said, I realized that on the 15th of the month, on the 20th of the month, I'm not actually ordering food. I'm not actually ordering groceries in talabat. Well, why is that? It's because I'm waiting for my next paycheck. And the amazing feeling when we unlock the ability for people to get access to a simple 200 dirhams line of credit in the UAE and actually seeing customers saying, wow, I was able to buy, a bucket of fried chicken for my daughter's birthday, even though, I was a week or two away from my pay week, is a truly amazing experience to be able to see that technology exists to serve our customers at the end of the day. So this is an example of an experience in the UAE where at the checkout screen, you can select Pay Later, and it allows you to select that, and in 30 days from the day that you make an order, you will get charged for the transaction. So that's just an example of how we're using fintech to advance the life of our customers. Another example that's not here yet is a concept called talabat. So talabat has been actually delivered in the UAE. We have an area called Silicon Oasis in the UAE where we actually have a bunch of these robots roaming the streets. So they, in a closely sort of closed compound area, are delivering food from a bunch of different restaurants to a bunch of our different customers. And there, we're really trying to push the envelope to say, look, when there's a bunch of different orders and we have stress on our riders, and we want to get to an eventual point where if we have hundreds of these talabats, we're able to deal with capacity a lot better in a sustainable way. And that's safer for everyone involved as well. And it's a really cool and really amazing experience for a lot of people. And what's been really impressive with this, and I first saw my talabat at Expo in Dubai, was how people engage with this technology. What we also saw with technology is that it has the opportunity to actually lighten up and brighten up the faces of kids and communities nearby. As these robots come along, you see kids try to play with the robot, and it's a truly amazing feeling to be building technology that really integrates with our day-to-day lives. And finally, what I'm super excited about is the topic of conversational AI. It's a talk of the town. We had a couple of different keynotes about it. And what's really amazing here is that a couple of months ago, we started with a hackathon, a 2-3 day project where we said, what can we do with conversational AI that changes the way that people shop for food and the way that people shop for groceries? And this is what we built. So we started with a test where you could have a talabat AI, a little widget there, that you can ask it and talk to it as if it were your friend. The intention there is if you're coming home from work, it's 5 o'clock, and you're like, I really don't know what I want to cook, and you want some inspiration. Well, talabat AI is there for you. You say, hey, talabat AI, I'm looking to cook maybe an Italian dinner. I have these dietary restrictions, and I'm looking for something vegetarian. Talabat AI is then able to give you a recipe, a recommendation, and also tells you what ingredients you can buy from Talabat Mart so that it can deliver to you in 20 minutes or less. Now, what I love about this is that not only is it really cool as a technologist to be able to try new technologies, we're creating new ways for people to shop. We're solving some real problems where it's true that sometimes at the end of the day, I'm super exhausted and I don't know what I want to cook. So I think technology for technology's sake is not interesting. But when technology starts to find new use cases, new problems to solve, and unlocks new capabilities in the way that consumers use our product, I think that's where rubber really meets the road, and we can get really excited about it. Now, what I want to also cover, we talked about riders, we talked about consumers. I want to talk about restaurants a little bit. Because as we started building our capabilities on our advertising products, as we built our capabilities in actually understanding with data which consumers resonate most with specific restaurants, we've actually been building that into our consumer experiences. We believe that if we can serve our customers better, restaurants are also able to then reach these customers better. Some interesting examples here. On the right here, you have an experience where if you're a customer that loves to order Subway lunches, because it gets to you in 20 minutes, it's something that you order every single lunchtime, well, we know to prioritize that in the app. We know by time of day, day of week. We know exactly when you're looking for lunch, right? We know that you're not trying to order for the entire family. We know that that's what we should prioritize. And when we deliver experiences like that, not only is it great for consumers, but for the restaurants, for Subway in this particular moment, it's really great for them as well because they're able to serve customers who they really, who really love their product at that time also. We also have now more advanced ad targeting capabilities. As of 6 months ago, you're able to do things like, for example, target customers that are new to you or target customers that have ordered from you before. And we see a world where you want to be able to connect the offline to online world. Perhaps you're a restaurant and you have a lot of foot traffic. But after customers go home, you have no way for them to continue that journey with you. We see technology as there's an opportunity where you can say, hey, when someone goes home and they are really craving your food again, we're able to then at the right time show that they can actually order from this restaurant again on the app also. So we're really looking forward to building some very new, very interesting capabilities for our restaurant partners as well, so that we can make sure that consumers are served, restaurants are served, and most importantly, riders are served. But there's one final example that I want to bring everyone's attention to today. And it was one of the few moments, I've been at Talabat for 4 years, where I truly felt like we were making a real difference to the region. And I want to talk about this topic called Tech for Good. Now, Talabat, we have millions of customers on our platform across all the different markets. And I think that when you're a technology provider, when you're an app that has that kind of reach, you have to have a responsibility for the people in which you serve and the region in which you live in. That's where Tech for Good came in. We worked with the World Food Program quite a while ago as a technology partner when they came to us with the challenge to say, hey, what can we do to actually bridge the gap between the people who need our donations and need food to the access to consumers that you have? And I love this quote from the World Food Program that says, the power of technology to connect people and resources has a potential to transform the fight against hunger. As a food delivery player, this really hit home and really came really close to our hearts. So that's where we started the topic of how can we really try and improve the way that charities work on talabat. In 2020, we worked with one charity provider. And over time, we started working with the governments, working with licensing to make sure that we continue to onboard more and more charity providers. So where we are now, we have 41 charities licensed in 6 different markets to enable and to connect these charities to our consumers. But at the heart of it, we're still a food delivery player. And we know how people shop for food very, very well, but charities is not something we do particularly well. So when you tried to donate a while ago on our app, it looked like you were ordering food and even told you things like, hey, your food is on the way to you. So it was a very broken experience, and we wanted to then work with the World Food Program to say, what can we do to truly become a platform where people can use it to reach all the different charities that they want to donate to, and for charities to be able to access millions of consumers. So that's what we did. So in a couple of days, what we were able to build was the ability for you to get access to donations on your home screen in different markets. You get to see a bunch of different charities available. The menu looks very different also. It gives you the different amounts that you can donate. At the end of it, it thanks you. It thanks you for the charity, the charitable donation that you gave. So we built a very custom charity-driven experience. And what I'm really proud about is that, especially recently, given the current situation and the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, this is really starting to make a difference. So as of last week, we've raised over $1.5 million in charitable donations to talabat through the entire region. And it's one of those moments where I feel really proud to be able to provide a technology solution to solve some really, really real problems and connect charities to consumers and to the people who need it the most. So with that, thank you so much. I'd like to thank all of you for being here today, for us to share our experience as a tech company and how what our role here is to serve our consumers, our restaurants, our riders, and most importantly, the community in which we live. Thank you very much.